Hello and welcome to Arm with Controllers. This is Fabs and today I am playing a very unusual entry in the Dynasty Warriors title because it's the first one. Now what a lot of people don't know is that the first Dynasty Warriors game was actually a one-on-one fighter. It wasn't a battlefield action game. So let's see who we've got. Please excuse all the weird stuff at the bottom. For some reason the game does this when I play it on a PS3. I don't know. So yes, as you can see, small cast of characters. Managed to unlock a couple of hidden characters first off, Sunshine Jiang and Cao Cao, who I'll be playing as this time. But all beloved, all of which have made their way through all Dynasty Warriors titles. It's impossible to imagine one without Cao Cao, for example. Okay, so here we go. As a game, this isn't very good. I will defend the Dynasty Warriors franchise to my dying breath. But no, this game does not work as a decent fighter at any stretch of the imagination. I mean, there are a variety of reasons. First off, the amount of damage scaling is completely insane. When playing as Xiahou Dun, I managed to take out an opponent using 2 combos. I don't mean, crazy juggle combos and whatnot. No, I just mean out of the manual attacks. It's insane. See, I've just been hit once and already that's about a quarter of my life gone already. It doesn't help that the AI is incredibly schizophrenic. So sometimes it's hilariously awesome and other times it's just letting me own it very quickly. But never mind. Okay, so how does this game play anyway? It's similar in some ways to the Soul Calibur, Soul Blade franchise, in how it's controlled. So you've got your vertical and your horizontal attacks, but instead of having a kick attack, you have 2 different... Oh, look at TCC dance there. That's hilarious. You get 2 different type of parry attacks. One for your verticals, one for the horizontals, which admittedly it's a bit difficult to pull off at any given time because, well, I don't know, maybe it's obviously my inexperience with this game. Never mind, first blood to Cao Cao. As you saw at the bottom left and right there are super bars which charge up seemingly randomly. I think it depends on how much damage you deal to the opponent, or at least how many attacks you pull off. Your Muso gauge there opens then, and fun stuff happens. Yay! Okay, so how does old Cao Cao play then? Well, you'll probably recognise a few of his attacks from the Dynasty Warriors later games. Which is one thing actually, which is kind of neat playing this, seeing what influences there were on the future titles. Things like if you played Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends, all the, where appropriate this is, the second costumes for the characters, the different colours and whatnot, were taken from this. So you had, Zhou Yu here for example, he was originally in his little brown nightgown for whatever it was. That got turned white because of this, that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. Now see that little jump you just saw him do there? That's his, there we are, that jump there. That's his charge 4 attack, you'll probably recognise. So you can see a lot of origins where their movesets came and so on, which is pretty cool, I think. I mean, granted, they're probably a lot better in the Battlefield game than this, but never mind. So here's a funny question. So how come they did change it to a Battlefield game after the whole this whole fighting game thingamajig? No, not quite sure. I mean, one thing you need to remember is that in Japan, the Dynasty Warriors franchise, or Sangoku Muso as it's known, Shin Sangoku Muso as it's known there, is it in terms of numbering, it's one behind the Dynasty Warriors franchise numbering, so that, for example, Dynasty Warriors 8, which was just released, that was Shin Sangoku Muso 7 in Japan. That's because this game here was simply Sangoku Muso, or Three Kingdoms Fight, I don't know, something crazy in Japanese. So when they did release Dynasty Warriors 2, or Shinsen Goku Muso 1, they just called it Dynasty Warriors 2 in the West to keep the franchise name going, whereas in Japan it was more of a spiritual successor, which is another crazy OMG East-West kind of deal. Very wacky. So here we are, just cut my way through all of Wu, now learn them. And now, mid-boss time. Everyone at stage 4 gets to fight Diao-chan. Except, I assume, Diao-chan. I haven't played it through with her yet. But yes, it's really weird looking at her like this, with her giant green trousers. Not just trousers, flares I should say. And of course she's got her maracas. Yeah, old school fans of Dynasty Warriors will remember those. I was never a fan of them replacing the maracas with the whip. But, I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, I did like having the whip. Largely because in Dynasty Warriors Strike Force and in 7 and 8 I would do my best to give Jung-hei the whip because, it suited him. But here, none of the maracas, they're a fun weapon. I mean, yeah, Diao-chan's always been kind of useless, but it's fun to beat somebody up with maracas. How many times can I say the word maracas in this video? I don't know. I hope somebody in the comments will be keeping count. Okay, so she's got all these kind of crazy jumping attacks, which is kind of annoying. There we go. It's a really strange grab, I find. It's he sort of flicks a sword around and he does magic damage. I don't get it. Oof. Now see that? One major part of the fighting in this is the ground control game. Much like Tekken, so you can't play too much. But the problem is, so much of it is based around that jumping attack thingamajig. It's so powerful. The moment you start hitting somebody repeatedly with that, they take so much damage for what really shouldn't be much more than a simple punish. It's crazy, I tells you. And of course here we have the AI resolutely blocking everything I do, which is just bizarre. There we go, that's better. Screw you. See how much damage I did? It's insane. And then you've got the Muso attacks as well, which come out very easily. And they do obscene damage. The scaling in this is completely mental. Oh well. And I do find it weird how many times the computer just lets me do that. It really shouldn't. It encourages bad habits in your fighting. Never mind. So she's dead. Now it's Zhang-Fei. Woo! One nice. He's another prime candidate of, hey, I've seen that move in all kinds of future Dynasty Warriors games. Yep, he's got the ground pound and the shout. He's got his serpent spear there, which is pretty cool. There you go. There's the pound. Pretty cool. See, Cao Cao actually hasn't had much of a moveset transference, I find. I mean, things like his crazy sword grab, yeah, that one there, I don't think that's turned up in any games. And aside from maybe a couple of other attacks, for the most part, hasn't been much transference. I mean, granted, things like his Muso attack there in the basic attack strings probably do match the traditional weak attack string on a Cao Cao's moveset. But and granted, because he usually has a generic sword, he's never had the most OMG exciting moveset. At least until Dynasty Warriors 8, when he's got the General Sword, which is kind of cool. But there we go. And yes, one thing you can do is you can grab, but most of the time I seem to miss with that, so I shouldn't keep trying it. Let's see, that's interesting. Old Zhang-Fei's ground pound, hit you when you're down. I dread to think if that can be chained indefinitely. It's terrible when that happens in video games. One needs only remember the absolutely toxic community that was for Mortal Kombat vs DC, where Superman could just ground pound repeatedly. He hit you once, that's it, you lost. Very annoying. But enough of that, we're here to talk about Dynasty Warriors. Yes, I said dysentery intentionally, but unfortunately Gunning isn't here, so that doesn't make any sense. I apologise. But here's Zhao Yun, everyone's favourite poster boy for the franchise. He's not changed. He's not really changed that much, has he? Yeah, well, there's not much you can do to change him. And what would you want to? He's ridiculously iconic. He's got he hit a pretty good niche for his design in this one. There wasn't really much need to change it because it looks good. I mean, they've done things like, you know, they've given him that bit of cloth over his arm and so on. I think they've given him a slightly more special spear in some of the more recent ones. Ooh, exciting. But no, for the most part, he's pretty cool. There you go, recognise that attack string? Because that's his regular weak attack string in the future ones of the franchise. Now, one thing I find is that the Muso attack, it's too easy to attack someone while they're attacking with it, in the sense that you know, that if you see him just do so much as raise their sword, you can instantly activate Muso and get yourself at half a bar of damage. It's insane. Okay, so here's the first mid boss, or well, penultimate boss even. It's Zhuge Liang. Yes, and he's got his lasers. You thought you'd escaped them, hadn't you? Nah. Unfortunately, Zhuge Liang, he's a dick. And I say this as someone who ordinarily doesn't mind playing as Zhuge Liang, but nah. He is a complete and utter dick. Of course, here's one thing that's nice. The Muso attack, if your health bar's in the red, is extended. So you get even more damage. Definitely half a bar, I think, comes out of that. Which is completely insane. But never mind. Now see that attack there? I hate it. And I hate that attack as well, because it's... Basically, if you don't notice, if you don't move sidestep like the second before it even appears, you're boned, you're getting hit. I mean, granted, yes, you can jump and whatnot, but that requires sense, and I don't have any, so there you go. There we are. Zhuge Liang. He's a pain. See, actually no, it's not impossible. What I could have done is actually rolled out of the way probably. But that's a story for, you know, someone who's decent at this game. I've had this about 2 days now, and I think it shows. Okay. Now, good old Zhuge Liang. You'll probably notice that how much of his attacks here are physical. How many of his attacks are physical here compared to the later games, particularly as of 4, because yeah, no, originally the lasers were the attacks you'd get for I think charge 4, charge 6, whereas in here is quite a lot of you know, just whacking with the fan, which is pretty cool. And yeah, no, I think his charge attacks in Dynasty Warriors 3 at least, they were all they were largely physical ones, which meant his effectiveness wasn't that awesome. Okay, so Zhuge Liang's beaten me because he's a douchebag. But it's okay, because I'm going to skip all the other times he beat me, and we'll move directly on to the time where I stop him. Because let's face it, no one wants to watch me getting killed by Zhuge Liang again and again. However, of course, we do want to see what he can do, and the upcoming fights don't give much of a chance to see that, because the AI suddenly decides, I know, let's just let the guy win this time. Let's give him a break. Which I'm sort of okay with, but at the same time it's kind of annoying. Because, you know, I spend all this time trying to kill him, then suddenly the AI decides, hey, let's let him win. And he can teleport. It's very strange. I don't think he has much of a teleportation ability in future games. How wacky. Yes, that's how we know. I wish I knew what he was saying. Right. So here we go. Nice. That little move there, you probably recognise as Cao Cao's charge 4 as well. At least in the no, in most games I'm fairly certain he does that little chargey attack. Right. Let's see that jumping slash, no matter what character, broken. Well, maybe not broken, but it doesn't. If you hit them when they're standing with it, say, they'll fall down, which gives you another free attack to it. So you can chain it far too easily for such little effort. It's insane. And here's Guan Yu. Now, see, ordinarily with other characters at least, they have just the 8 fights. The next one being the final boss. But no, good old Cao Cao, he gets to fight Guan Yu, probably referencing the end of the Battle of Chipi, where he was kind of left, where he encountered good old Guan Yu and then had some fun constantly invoking fate and having to be released from the obligations and whatnot. All kinds of crazy things. So here's Cao Cao, he's jumping about. Remember what I said earlier about how easy it is to just wait for your opponent to raise their weapon, then use a Muso? It's ridiculous. Ooh, that's the I thought I would have done more damage. Well, it makes a difference, he still beat me. Good old Guan Yu stroking his beard. Fun fact, he had to keep his beard in a bag at winter to prevent split ends. And Cao Cao gave him that bag. So this fight's about a lot more than just politics. This is about gifts given, split ends in your beard, Papa's got a brand new bag, all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, I mean, you know, those of you who see my photo and whatnot will know, yes, I too have a, well, goatee I should say. But the idea of split ends in a beard, I'll tell you about that makes me go it hurts my head to think about it. Let's get back to this game and watch other people hurt each other instead. Very strange. Okay, final round, let's do this, Cao Cao. Now of course Guan Yu does have the range advantage on me with his Blue Dragon spear. Scum. But it's okay because it's ridiculously predictable how it's going to move in the sense that he telegraphs all his attacks so widely because it's that big a weapon. So you know that if he's going to attack you vertically, you do have a chance to either sidestep or you can just poke him with the sword. If he wants to do horizontally, it's you can dodge it, well you can duck easily enough. Okay, so here's Lu Bu. He's difficult, as you can see here. Yes, Lu Bu, he killed me quite a few times. So let's just skip to the end, shall we? Okay, so of course Lu Bu would be the final boss. Greatest warrior of Three Kingdoms China. Everyone loves him. You're not supposed to pursue him if you apparently. In this case I just ignore Yuan Shao, because let's face it, who listens to Yuan Shao? Nobody, that's who, because he's an idiot. And that's why he's not in this game. And I do wish Lu Bu would stop doing that. It's quite annoying. Oh, okay, fine, do that instead. Now that attack there, I think that's an AI exploit. They don't seem to block it that often. Which, I don't know, I mean, fighting games at this time, they did tend to have this problem with the AI. So I also, I've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat Trilogy recently as well, and if you want to get anywhere against a computer with that, you find which combo they have trouble reacting to the first hit of, then you spam that for the last half of the game. It makes for unfun gameplay in my opinion. I mean, in addition, Soul Calibur 3, if you wanted to get to Olkadan and unlock him, you had to find the AI exploit. It reduced the fun of the game so much. Oh well, so speaking of reduced fun, that's me finished the story mode. So let's enjoy some really poor ending animations, shall we? Ah, PlayStation 1 era FMVs. Glorious. Utterly glorious. And Cao Cao's being presented with a jar. That's just marvellous. Oh. And suddenly, oh god, it's a knife! And did that guy just teleport like how far away? He was at Cao Cao's feet just now, and then he appears halfway across the... Oh, I don't know. So this has been Dynasty Warriors, and I'm Fabs. You've been watching Arm with Controllers. Please like and subscribe, and join us next time for further crazy stuff in video games and whatnot. Game hard.